Hello and welcome to Mile High Reefers. I'm Scott Anderson. And the other day I was watching YouTube and I saw Miss Saltwater Tank's video on her tank crash. Now her tank crashed because of a lack of power. Well, that video made me reflect on my own system. And I realized I was completely unprepared if that happened to me. So I decided to prepare. So absolute first thing I needed was an automated system. In a short-term power outage, the most important thing I can do is to keep the oxygen levels up. So I bought two Aqua Top air pumps. The way these work is they plug into a standard outlet and there's a sensor that detects when the power goes off. They then run off of two D-cell batteries producing air bubbles in the tank. So this will provide oxygen and a bit of aeration and water movement and surface agitation so that my fish don't suffocate. To mount the pumps and get them ready, I needed some supplies. So I went to the dollar store and bought some stuff. I bought some super glue, not needed for this project, but the dollar store is the cheapest place to buy it. I also bought 2 flower windmills and a bunch of batteries. I took the flower windmill apart so I could get to the black fiberglass tube. This tube will actually be used to inject air into the water. I then put the air line over the fiberglass tube. To mount the pump to the wall, I used some command hooks. I decided these weren't going to be strong enough on their own, so I put a screw through them. And put the fiberglass tube with the air line attached to it into the water and attached it to the overflow with a clip off of one of my wife's orchid. She'll never know. Now when the air pump loses power, the air kicks on, and what's really awesome about it, because that black fiberglass tube goes right up against the black silicone and the black overflow, you really can't even tell that it's there. So now I have a fully automated system. When I lose power, the bubblers kick on, whether somebody's at my house to do anything or not. If I'm sleeping, the bubblers come on. If I'm at work, the bubblers come on. This is great because it can be as few as hours to kill a tank. Now, I've had power go out before, and I've had it go out for 4 hours plus in the past, and my fish have been fine. But I've never had power go out for a long period of time with my current bioload. And let's face it, I don't want to find out. The other thing is, if I lose power, I want that oxygen level to stay as high as possible for as long as possible. So I really want the oxygen going into the tank as soon as possible. But let's face it, I live in northern Colorado. In the winter, temperatures will go into the -20s. We'll get nasty snowstorms. In the summer, we get nasty thunderstorms. Hail in Will County has one of the highest rates of tornadoes in the country. So it is very possible for me to lose power on the long term. So what do I do if I lose power for more than just hours? This is the exact question I was asking at lunch today when my buddy John Dunn offered me his generator. This is a Coleman gas-powered 6,250 watt PowerMate generator. It's got 4 110 outlets. It's got a 220 outlet. This thing puts out enough power that it will run my entire tank and most of my house. So worst case scenario, I can keep everything alive in my system. So now I have a good short-term solution with the bubblers. When I'm home, they're going to kick on. And I have an awesome long-term solution. No matter what, I'm going to be able to keep that tank alive. Great. Now to take this project to the next level, I'd really like to get one of my friends over who's good at wiring and wire this thing into the box so that when I flip a breaker, power goes off to the mains and I can run everything in my house off of this generator. I'd also like to build a box outside to house the generator in so it's all kind of self-contained, and that's kind of the future goal. We'll see if I'm able to make that happen. But I know the right people to make it happen. So
thanks for watching. This is my home reefers. Like, comment, and subscribe.